it later. If they're
That's good.
If they're interested. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So, hello. This is us talking about some books we read and stuff. There we go. Introduction done.
Fantasy books. Yeah.
I've got
Fantasy
tissues and water. What are you bringing to the party?
Watermelon, and I would have water in that cup, but it's empty, so just watermelon.
Oh, that sounds good. All right. Now, I did have a grand plan of like things we would actually talk about, but my brain is actually turned to caramel mush. So, what shall we talk about, Christine? Tell me.
Well, I have the books in front of me.
Oh yeah, you can hold up books.
Oh, thanks.
Well.
They're big enough to stand on their own.
Whoa, they are massive.
Yeah. See, look, that's how big it is. You read this one, right? And there's like 2 in there.
Yeah.
So that's how big it is.
Wow.
I read this one. I told you got the short end of the stick.
Wow. Oh my God. I also had no idea that there were 2 books in there.
How did you miss it though? Like there's like a title page. I'll find the title page for you.
Because I did audiobook and Kindle over the top of each other. And so it was just like book 2, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't like sure if it meant, you know, how sometimes in books they split it up in parts. I wasn't sure if it was that kind of thing. It was unclear.
Yeah. Or like an Avatar: The Last Airbender book 2 kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was not quite sure what the deal was. And then it was like, you know, 5 years later, and I'm just like, what's going on? I've totally missed something completely.
I didn't even know it was 5 years later.
Oh no, I think it's 2 or 5. I can't remember, but it's like, you know,
yes,
time has passed.
This is the thing you missed out on. So this is book 1, which is called The Crown Conspiracy. So that's actually supposed to be a separate book. When he first published it, it was a book by itself.
Oh, right.
But then when he signed up with Orbit Books, I think it was Orbit Books or some kind of big publisher, they combined it. And then in the middle, there's book 2.
Evan Parker. Oh, right.
Yeah. So you ended up reading this giant thing that is still book 1, but is technically 2 medium-sized books. So your read was like 660 pages, and mine was like 500 something. And I'm like, I don't think I should tell her.
I'm so glad you didn't tell me. Oh man, I really enjoyed Theft of Swords. I thought it was so much fun. It was like the whole time I was just wanting it so badly to be like a TV series that I could just watch when I'm sick and tired and like, do you know what I mean? Like it just has that kind of all the essences of just like good feelings.
Fantasy. And like a well done fantasy. I felt the same. Like it's, if you were to say like the creativity, then I'd probably say the Sanderson book was better because like the magic system in there was awesome. And we can go into like detail about that. But the thing I really love about these Sullivan books is that they're like, it's like those shows that you grow up watching, but like a well done one with like funny jokes and lovable people, and like stuff goes bad, but then there's always like a fix, and you know, they never get out of it too easily. And it just seems like a just nice, good old high fantasy.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like I found myself laughing out loud so many times, which doesn't normally happen for me. Yeah, so I was really happy with it. Good. And I really loved the dynamic between Hadrian and what's his other name? What's the other one's name? Hadrian and
You're
Royce.
asking the wrong person, Pip. Royce chocolates. That's how I remember it. Really nice chocolates, by the way. I'll bring you some next time.
Oh, yum. Yeah.
Really they had this funny romance, eh?
Yeah, it was great. It was totally great. And
it was hilarious.
Yeah, I love like halfway through Royce's whole like, you didn't know I was an elf, and he's just like, well, I mean, yeah, but like you didn't want to talk about it, so it's all good. And I'm just like, how, like, talk to each other, you silly potatoes. Anyway.
It's hilarious because Royce is always like, you don't talk. I don't like it when you talk. Adrian's like, look at this grass. It's so green. And oh, that lovely old man over there.
So good. Yeah, I have to say, like listening to it on audiobook as well, like, because I did both, was great when it came to all the Elvish names, and I was just like,
I cannot read any of them. No,
it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really helpful to have help. I have a master's degree.
Like me. And I don't.
Oh my God.
We're still in the same place. We're still doing the same thing.
I know. Isn't that ridiculous? Oh God. Yeah.
Who did you like more, Royce?
Do
you have a preference?
I don't know. I like them both. I think Royce is at the moment a more interesting character, because I kind of feel like Hadrian's, this like, I don't know, he's got this kind of chosen one vibe about him at the moment. Like, he's just so talented. And I felt like I got kind of annoyed when in the book it would just be like, oh, so this person, he's like really good at such and such. And then that whole like paragraphs about how awesome this person was just seemed to be set up to be like, and then Hadrian beat him, and you're like, cool. So Hadrian's just like seriously OP. Like, what?
I think I remember that.
Yeah. I was just like, oh man, this Hadrian, he seems a bit OP. Whereas Royce seems like, I'm curious about his backstory.
Oh yeah. I think this first book is like the kind of thing that sucks you in, but then you have to read all his books. That's why every time I talk about Sullivan's book, I hold up the whole stack, because like you can't just take one and not go ahead with the rest of them.
That's
there's
so
much more that reveals through itself. There's 3 of the big books, right? But there's technically 6 books, and they're written like 6 books because like they're all split in half. Like they're all omnibuses.
Really?
So all of them are omnibuses. I'll take them out for you. Like they're probably going to tower over my head.
So you're attached. Don't forget.
Hey, that's okay. It's right next door to me.
I've done that before, where I've yanked the whole like laptop off the table.
I've been there, done that.
Still attached.
Okay. So, dude, they're so heavy.
Oh, no way. That's insane.
Okay, I can't hold this with one hand. I don't know why I tried.
No, don't do that.
So there's 6 books in there, and technically like there's 6 stories. Like Mistborn is like a trilogy. And
but these are like separate stories.
Books. Yeah. So these are technically 6 stories. So there's like 6 different arcs within that thing with the whole plot arc, whereas this is like 3. So they're actually quite different in that sense.
They are. I feel like the Theft of Swords was like a lot more episodic. Like it seemed more like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like it would suit a TV series well, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like it was nice and straightforward enough.
Yeah. I'm loving your book stack. Looks awesome.
Sorry, it's really comfortable right now. This is a perfect height.
No judgment here.
Yeah, but I have to say, I had to buy this in physical copy because it's so pretty. I'm just imagining like getting all of these Sanderson books in a line. Like I've seen some booktubers with it in the background. I'm like, this is why I want to get into Sanderson, because it's pretty. This is also why I didn't want to get into Sanderson, because there's so many. But I'm glad.
Yep. I've recently got one of those white copies of Elantris for Christmas as an early Christmas present. And it's at home. And so I've got like my Mistborn series, my like Way of Kings, which is the red one. And then I've got the green one as well. And I'm just like, I just want the rainbow now. I want all of them. All of them.
Oh, I love it when the author's books are like actually themed.
Yeah. Although I'm really pissed off that his latest one in the series is the book. It's like a completely different height.
Like no way.
Completely different dimensions. And I'm
you
just
don't
like,
just do that.
You can't do this to me.
What a travesty.
I'm so mad. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do, because on one hand, I really want to read the book. But on the other hand, I'm just like, can we just boycott the fact that this is an awful publishing, copy?
Yeah. Did he switch publishers or something?
I don't know, maybe.
Or
Maybe.
are they coming out with a better one later? Because we know that would be the better one.
I hope so. I hope so. I thought this was maybe it was like the hardcover edition. You know how the hardcover ones are always bigger?
Yeah.
Like maybe it's that sort of thing. And then later he'll come out with the paperback that's more
the better one.
I don't know. I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple of times. Even with the Sullivan books.
Yeah.
But that was different because he self-published some of them. So these are all the same height, but then like the prequel series one, they're slightly different heights. The first two are, but then the third one, which is like bigger, and you can see it.
No.
Yeah, but I was like, it's okay, I can forgive because this one is the same height as these ones. So at least I can be like,
so really it's
all right.
Those two that are the problem.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that. Because this one was self-published and these two were published by, you know, the big bosses. So I was like, but if there was a book that was standalone or something and it didn't fit, I'd be like, you're not the one I'm going to place next to them. You're going to be the horizontal one that fits on top of the shelf.
Yes. Yes. I totally do that. Oh, man.
Yeah. In any case. Shall we talk about Sanderson?
Yes, let's do that.
That made a big thump.
Excuse me, coughing here.
Please don't die.
No, we'll try not to.
Okay, please try very hard not to die.
Yeah, I'm going to have a nap after this. I'm going to nap hard.
That sounds good.
I didn't even brush my hair. I'm sorry.
I don't brush my hair either. I just tie it up.
Oh.
This is my haircut.
Did you get it cut?
See, you can't tell, can you? Because I never do my hair.
No, I can't tell. But also your hair is just I don't know. I put your hair in that category of like people with like here to, you can't see, but like there.
Hair. My hair used to go down almost to my butt because I hadn't cut it in a year. Not because I was trying to save it, but just because I couldn't be bothered. But but then it got really tangled towards the end, like gnarly knotted, tangled, and I was like, no, this is the line. So I chopped off like a good that much, but it makes a difference.
Oh my God. Yeah, it totally does. Like I grew my hair kind of to like boob height, and I just got so annoyed with it. Like it used to get caught under my armpits, and I'm just like, this is so uncool. Like what?
Oh, the worst part is when you leave your hair out and it's at that legs where it shows up past your armpits. So when you raise your arm, you're like, got hairy armpits. That's right. And then you look at your photos, you're like, deleting that one.
You're just like, nasty. That's so bad.
Or like, can't imagine with long hair though.
Oh no, it's just, I don't know. It's I have skin problems, so like long hair doesn't suit
easy
me.
to maintain if you have short hair.
Like short hair is just so much easier. And I've gotten used to it now. I used to
rocking it.
Yeah, thanks, Fred. Like I feel like I've had short hair for so long that it's weird when it's longer than this.
Fair enough.
Like when I was in year 10, I did the shave for a cure thing, and I got all shaved off. And like ever since then, I'm just like, hair is hair, it grows, cut it off, do it again. Yeah, so great. Anyway, sorry, tangent. Back to what we're talking about. Go, Christy. I can't remember what were we talking about.
This one. Oh, right here.
Oh, Sanderson. Yeah. I like him. He's good.
Yeah. I like him too.
Remind me what happens in the first book, because I was trying to be like, oh, has this happened yet? But I didn't want to be like spoilery. So like, remind me what happens.
Okay, well, I'll try not to spoil it too much.
Because I've got people here that might want to read it.
And because it's a Sanderson book, you got to keep the plot twist under control.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
I knew it was coming, but like you said, like the plot twists are coming, but you can't figure out what they are. So I think in this book, like it's obviously the introduction to the world. So like whatever world it's called, I've forgotten. And then you come across Vin, who's this street urchin, and I'm going to recall this as I charge my laptop. Vin, the street urchin, meets Kelsia?
Kelsia.
Yeah. And then they have to like overthrow the Dark Lord dude. And then towards
Oh crap! What's his name?
We're so
What's the
bad
nice
at
boy's
names.
name?
What's the nice boy's name? None of them are nice.
Oh, that's very true.
Who?
The
dude's nephew?
Shoot. I've got another.
Was he an Alamancer?
He was part of the nobles.
The
nice
dude.
boy.
The dude.
Yeah, the nice boy.
He's the nice boy to you? He's the playboy to me.
Oh.
Are we thinking of the same dude?
So, like, this is the part where I'm just like, oh, have I, like, spoiled something?
No. He's a nice guy. But, like, he's not, like, Hadrian nice.
No, that's very true. He's not like Hadrian nice.
So when you said
true.
nice, I was like,
who? Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Nice in this book?
No, that's
kind of like
very
a dog eat
true.
dog world sort of book.
It is. It is.
Let me figure. Elland. Is it Elland?
Elland. That's the one.
Hello, Elland.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's the playboy.
I like him.
But he is nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's pretty rough in that first book, actually. And he's kind of a bit spoiled. Like.
Yeah. As nobles are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he likes books.
Yeah, he does.
That's a plus.
Maybe that's why I like him.
Yeah. So, yeah, at the end of the book, like, you know, they carry out the plan, plot twist, and then I think that's about it. There's not enough that I can say without spoiling.
I know. Oh my god. It's so hard to talk about, isn't it?
Yeah. But you do remember where it ended off now?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to get up the Wikipedia so I can know.
You know what? I'll just type it to you. I'll be your Wikipedia. But like it left off in a fairly nice place.
That's right. Because the second book, I'm trying to remember exactly what happens in the second book. Because at the moment, all I've got in the back of my head is like the mind-blowingness of the third book. Yeah. Because the third book, oh my god, it's so amazing. Like it's so good.
She has no words. What now?
I have no words.
But like this whole first book set up for like a really big plot twist. And I could tell. I was just like, something's going to happen, because at the beginning I thought this book was quite slow because there's so much world building and so much planning. Like whereas with most heists, like they just tend to happen and they have some sort of preparations, but this was really preparing. Like this was like over months of planning, preparing. So it was really building up, and I was like, it's a bit slow, but I can deal with that. But the more it built up, the more I was like, this isn't going to go to plan. This is not going to go to plan.
I always find with his books, like you're plodding along until you get to a certain point, and then it just like you can't stop. Like you just have to keep going.
Yeah, dominoes.
Find out what's going on. Like you can't stop. Yeah,
it's like he saved all of the action for the end, because he's always got like these little conflicts throughout it, but they tend to be like not so much like fighting conflicts. Like they're more like plot conflicts. Like you have like politics in there, and you have like disagreements, and you have like, oh, the plan isn't working out, let's adjust it. But there's not so much like the fighting sort of thing like Sullivan. Like he's got like the big fight at the end, and then you've got like little fights along the way, and like, you know, they get trapped or something. And then there's like physical conflict. It's like Sanderson saved all of the big guns for the end, and it was like, boom, here, drops it and runs.
That's so true. That's so true. What happens to... Okay, hang on. No, wait. We're going to go to the Google here because I don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah. I think I kind of know what might happen though.
Oh, but that's the thing. Like you like halfway... With his books, I'm always just like, okay, I know where this is going, you know, and you're like, you guess maybe 50% of it. And then like there's this just stuff happens that you just won't even, I don't know. Yeah. It's so good. Actually, maybe I might read the other ones again. They were so good.
I would definitely.
No, I can't be rereading books.
We don't have schedule for this.
No, right? It's ridiculous. Got too many books to get through.
Let me just motivate you. If you're going to get into Sullivan, well.
That's exactly right.
Well, barring all that.
Yeah. Well, now that I know that they're like smaller books within bigger books, I'm just like, okay, that's cool. Because then I can like just read one of the books and then put it down and then come back to it. And that's okay. I can deal with that.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. And then, so technically you've got 4 more of the little stories to go. They're not little, but like the size of them, like probably the size of each story is like the size of, say, Ready Player One, like a typical sort of trade paperback thing. Like when you put it together, okay, well,
it's like a 300-page story.
Yeah. So it's fairly doable, but then because the world is so expansive, you've got the prequel series.
Yes.
So these will be fun. This is why I recommended you read these ones after you read the main story, because then you go back to them.
Yeah. And that would be so cool.
There's another series. But it's not Royce and Hadrian, so that's different.
Well, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt.
Like, this was, words, excuse me. Try that again. At the end of the Mistborn series, I was just like, oh man, I need some more. And then every other Brandon Sanderson book I picked up, I was just like, it's not Vin. It's not Vin. I don't care. I was just
not doing it for you.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. Yeah. I had epic book hangover after that. What did you think of the magic system?
Dude, my favorite part of the book.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, I love the characters and everything, but it was the magic system.
That's what you're there
for. The magic system was a character on its own. Like, how cool is that? Like, manipulating metals and stuff like that. And the fact they had, like, different metals and, like, an external and internal one. Like, dude.
So cool.
It's like, there's, like, a scientific basis for the magic system, which I love, because I love it when, like, characters can kind of, like, just push things away, but it's, like, magic. It just happens. But with this one, like, there was a limit, and he actually creates a believable magic limit to it, which is great. Yeah. And I listened to his podcast before, Writing Excuses, that he talks about with a bunch of other people. And he was talking about, to create a good magic system, you need to have a limit because then you can't fall into the trap of magic is almighty and magic will fix everything, because then what's the point of the book if magic fixes everything?
Yeah, that's right.
Which was really good, because, like, as powerful as, say, like, Kelsier is, he's also got his limitations and he shows it. Like, Kelsier's not OP.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's very true.
That's what I liked about
it. What's the name of the monk character? Yeah. What do you think of him?
And who's the monk character?
Wait, he's got to be in the first book.
Is he bald by any chance?
Yeah, he's bald. He's like his name starts with S. Sazed or Sazed? What's his name?
Oh, the tribesman.
Yeah. Oh, no, hang on. He's from a different race.
Tall dude. Yeah, the
tall dude, yeah.
No, not the tribesman, the terraceman.
Yes, terraceman. Yes.
It started with a T.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was bald.
Mistborn. Oh, I think that...
I'm really bad at this stuff.
I can't tell if it's... I can't tell if I'm going off the description or the fan art.
Well, either way, I know he's a eunuch, and you wouldn't find that in the fan art.
No. Well, I mean, it'd make for pretty boring fan art, I have to say.
Fair enough.
Like,
he was nice.
Yeah, I liked him.
He was genuinely a nice guy. I liked him.
Yeah, he's good. I feel like he's so underappreciated.
No, he had just like the right amount of mystery surrounding him. Does he come back in the other books? Tell me he comes back in the other books.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He's the best.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
is he going to blow my mind?
Back. He might. I really like him. I think he does oh, sorry, I'm just reading as well to make sure that I'm not like spoiling you anything.
That's okay. I actually think this is really dumb, but when I was younger, I'd flip through the books and I'd look not just at the first book, but like the second and the third book's blurbs, and they kind of mini spoil some. And so
all the time.
I think I may have mini spoiled myself and I may not fully remember it, but I kind of feel like I'm not approaching this series from like a completely new perspective because I've read the blurbs before.
Yeah, that's okay. But it's one of those things that like there's certain books that like I don't mind being spoiled for because I'm still interested to see how they get to that point. But then there are some people who are just like, no, like I do not want to know anything. And so I'm just like, okay, that's cool. I respect that. I just, you know, because I'd hate to do it accidentally because that would suck. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's a nice way of looking at it, like getting to that plot twist.
Yeah, like sometimes if the book is really dragging, I just look up the ending and I'm just like, am I interested in getting to this point?
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I did for the Hunger Games.
Oh my God, right? And you're just like, could I be bothered?
Not the first book, though. I read the first book, but I wasn't motivated to read the second and the third book. I still haven't. But I was like, there must be some type of hype about this. It must be backed up by something. So I went on Wikipedia and just like completely spoiled myself. And I was like, all right, it looks readable. I'll get back to it as well.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes. I did that with
the same person.
Yeah, with what was the other one that came out around the same time? And they had like Dauntless and Factions and
Divergent.
Yeah, that one. I did it for that one.
Dude, I literally just unhauled Divergent yesterday.
Do you feel good?
Yeah. I didn't even Wikipedia it because I was like, this is not the kind of book I would keep reading. Like, it was okay, but really not my type. Thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't when you commit to a series, which is why like I'm really cautious about getting into big books because I'm like, I'm committing to it.
Yeah.
And it's no longer about the writing. It's about like, I just want to finish the story. But with Divergent, I was like, I'm actually not interested at all because it was so trope filled and so predictable. I was like, I think I can kind of see where this is going. So I didn't even Wikipedia it. But with the Hunger Games, there was like just enough depth in there that I did want to keep reading. Yeah. I didn't dislike it. I just wasn't motivated.
Yeah. I finished the last book. I like kind of like skim read it, flicked through the pages, and then something happened in the very last book, and I was just like, what? Hang on, did that actually happen? And so I went and like Googled. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, that was like a sentence. It wasn't like dealt with or anything. It was just like,
I have this same feeling about her books. That's what put me off. Dude, we're so derailed.
We're talking about fantasy. It's all good. It's all good.
That's true. But well, anyway, the reason I didn't go forward with the Hunger Games, it wasn't because of the story. I liked it, the whole battle royale aspect of it, the whole like young adult. I liked Katniss, like she was great. But the one thing I couldn't get through was the writing style. Like it wasn't bad writing.
Right.
But nor was it like purple prose. But I felt like it fell short of some descriptions. Like there were some really emotional parts that could have been really fleshed out.
Yes.
Like without spoiling this point in like the second third of the book or so. And like there was just one line. Like so many people die, okay? Yeah. Basically, someone dies in this book, but it was like an impactful death. Yeah. And there was one line. And I was like...
You're like, what?
I feel like I've been denied an emotional response. Yes. And I understand that, you know, sometimes when the character's in shock, especially since it's written in first person, when they're in shock, like it might seem like they're just looking at something very objectively and it just happened. And I get that. But I felt like that was actually the writing because it was consistent throughout the book. And I was like, but I could have cried over this character death. I was ready.
Yes.
And you gave me this one line and I was like,
I need more. I need more from this.
Yeah, so that was why I didn't keep reading. Not because of the story, just because I was like, the writing style.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, that's a good point. Because I find, because that was one of like the first books I read like about 4 or 5 years ago. Sorry, I'm like gonna rearrange my body. It's like I'm on the couch that gets a bit sweaty, and so you've got to like reposition yourself. Find the new cold
Australian
spots, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the first books I read, and I was just like so caught up in the story. But I'm sure like if I went back and read it now, I would be saying all the things that you've just said. I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. That's
There is a complexity to the Hunger Games. I just need to get back in there.
But it's just like, yeah.
Words. Maybe we'll read it. We'll go back to it another point. Well, at least we're still on the fantasy topic.
We totally are. We totally are. Oh my god, sneeze. Actually, I would say one of the things that going off writing style and stuff like that, one of the things that I didn't really like about the Theft of Swords was when I read fantasy and when I read about like different races and stuff like that, I use them as allegories for like the real world. And I find that because like with fantasy and sci-fi, it's a lot easier to say, you know, like elves and dwarves and like blah, 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 than like actual races of people. But there was like a lot of hate in, I felt like there was a lot of hate in the Theft of Swords that like wasn't really like explained. Like you knew it was going to be built on eventually, but I was just like, I feel like you're just hating on these people for no good reason.
Yeah. And you feel it. You sense
it. Yeah. And it was just little things like Royce's thing about hating dwarves.
Yeah.
But it was just, I felt like it was there for the comedy, you know what I mean? As opposed to like an actual real reason. And so I was just like, oh man, that's so annoying. And like, and with Ezra having no hands, I felt like they said all sorts of mean things, and I was just like, guys, I'm not about that. That's not cool. What's going on here?
Like the insults were real.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know. I felt like I wish there was a character in the book that like called them out on that shit, because like people are allowed to hate other people. That's fine, but like I feel like you say, there should be some justice or some like room for the reader to be like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like just a little bit of political correctness would balance it out just nicely.
Yeah, or just to be like that kind of disclaimer where you know, the author doesn't believe this, the character believes this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just to see that there's still a moral point to it and it's not just becoming of the story.
Yeah. It's not just like
though.
That's a good thing about what, sorry?
The allegories.
Yeah.
The how you compare them.
I think that they do a lot of like good. That's why I really like sci-fi and fantasy, because I think that they are real world stories, but a lot easier to approach and access, because it's not like you're a problem. It's like, don't worry, it's the Martians. The Martians are a problem. Look at how bad the Martians are.
Dude, you need to read Becky Chambers.
I have read that book, and I know how much you love it, but I have very conflicting feelings about it. So I've kind of just been like, I won't say anything about that.
I didn't even know you read it before, though.
I have. I read it like a couple of years ago when it first came out. Yeah, I was all over it. And I think it must have been the frame mind. That's not words. The frame of mind I was in.
Nice.
But like there were parts in the book that I was just like, this character growth is not.
Yeah.
Like it just went like this. Yeah, I was just like,
that's what we're talking about. We're like, this book gives us really strong feels, but like plot-wise and character development-wise, we're like, it's more like little vignettes. Like each character has their own little point in the book, and then they kind of, because Catherine made a point, like she was like, each character has their own flaw. Like it's not just like a little flaw as well. It's like it's a big fatal flaw. But within the space of a couple of chapters, it's like they've overcome it in that space, and then you move on to the next person. And that it was because there was a lack of plot, there was a lack of development.
Like it was really frustrating me that that main character, the main Earth girl, Moon girl, or whatever her name is, she's just like, she's hiding. She's got a new identity because, you know, like no one can ever know who she was. And then you find out and everyone's just like, okay, like whatever. Yeah. And you're just like, what?
I know how you feel. I love the book and all, but I totally see its flaws.
Yeah.
The reason I love it is really not like because it's done well technically, because like it's not a strong book if you were to analyze it. Like the plot is non-existent. But I like it because it's like, it gives me that fan fiction feel, like someone who really loves their characters, and you can tell she really loves them and writing the world, and you could tell that she had fun writing it. It was like she made the whole story just to write about these characters.
Yes.
Rather than to craft the characters into the book. And you can tell.
Yeah, and I really loved her inventiveness of all the different like races and stuff like that. I really loved the bird one. Who is that?
The reptile one?
The reptile one. With
the reptile bird one?
Reptile bird one. That one. I really liked her. And I really liked the chef dude with his farting noises.
So cute.
I loved her so much.
They're so good. Yeah, I think I just read this book for the atmosphere and for the feeling, and I'll still read all her books, but I walk in knowing that I go in for the world, for her world building, and for the characters, and not much else. Yeah. Which is why I say, like, you got to be careful when you recommend that type of book, because I personally love it, but it's such a hit and miss with some people. Like, if you were to read, like, Sanderson, like, he is plot heavy. Like, he is plot epitome. And then if you go from someone who loves this book to, like, A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, then you're like, it's like, how do I sell it to you?
Well, I really liked the way that she explored all the different characters, and like I still totally cried at the end with like the things that happened, and I was just like, no,
I spoiled myself for that. I'm so mad at myself. This is why in my review I said don't read the blurb for the second book, because it totally gives it away. It's one of those things that actually completely give it away, and I'm like, why did I do that?
Oh my god, you poor thing. Oh.
And see, that was worse, because it wasn't like in the Hunger Games where it was just a word. Like, she actually goes into the emotional depth of the ending, and I was like, I completely deprived myself of that.
Yeah, it's like after the blah 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 ending, the next book does this, and you're like, no.
Because I was looking forward to the second book so much that I was like, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, very different books. Like, this is like one end of the spectrum, and that's the other end of the spectrum. And I love them for completely different things, because like character-wise, I like them, but they don't make me feel as strongly as I do about the Becky Chambers characters. And I might say that I even like Royce and Hadrian as characters more, because there's so many different perspectives in here. Like, they actually do talk through a lot of different characters. There's a wider cast in there. And that's very true. I'd say maybe the tone feels more intimate in the Sullivan books.
Yes.
I think it's actually the writing.
I think it's like you're closer to them in the Royce and Hadrian book. It's like you're like there on the back of the horse with them. Whereas sometimes I feel like with the Mistborn, you're hearing it, 20 years later. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
like it's a legend.
Yeah, it is a legend. But I will say, like, you know how in Becky Chambers' book, like, you get on board with these characters so quickly, and you're there for them, and you're so attached to them. Like, I was pretty attached to not all the characters, but like most of the characters by the end of that Mistborn series. But like page-wise, it's a pretty big investment to learn to love these characters, as opposed to Becky Chambers.
Yeah, I think that wasn't the focus of the story. Because like in Becky Chambers, you could tell like she was there for the characters, and we were there for the characters. But for here, I'm in it for the plot.
Yeah.
And so for me, I felt like the plot only started happening like at least 2/3 of the way in, or like halfway through, when it really did pick up. And I was like, this is what I'm here for. So it felt like it was a bit slow for me, because like you said, like the characters aren't like lovable immediately. So for the first half of the book, which was basically the size of a normal book, I was like, just hang in there. It's coming.
It's gonna get there. Yeah.
He says it's good. It's coming. It's coming. And it was great. Like, it was worth it.
Yeah, but it is a shame that you have to spend that many pages to get into it. It's annoying.
I'd say so. Does the second and the third book pick up faster? Less world building?
I can't remember. To be perfectly honest, I can't remember, because it goes so far. Like it does so many things. Like, oh god, it's so hard to talk about without spoiling. Like, does in the first book, do they go into the dudes with the spikes in their eyes?
Yeah, the Inquisitors.
Go into detail much about those guys?
In the first book, towards the end, yes.
Okay, so then in the next books, they go into more detail about that, and you learn about lots of different things. And there's the mist wraiths, which come into it at some point as well.
Yes,
and
yes.
There's the Kolos. I can't remember if that's Kolos is in the second book.
Yes, they weren't
kind of. Yeah, it just kind of. Oh, did you hear that like unsticking of my body against this stupid seat? Anyway, hang on. I'm just having a quick skim read of the Wikipedia to be like, what's going on?
Yeah, he said a lot in the
You're
re-spoiling yourself.
No, I can't remember if what happens in the second book properly. I remember a few things that. Oh yeah, okay. It's hard to know. I can't remember for sure. I'm gonna have to like reread them because I can't remember exactly.
But to reread them is a big investment of time.
It is, but I have them on audiobook, so I could just like do it at ×2 speed. And the type of audiobook that I have is really interesting because they've got like different voice actors for all the characters, and they've got like sound effects and stuff. So you know how with all the coins, they like flick the coins and you hear the coins.
So
cool. Yeah, it's really awesome. And like when there's sword fights and stuff, you like hear the swords. It's really cool. It's
like
really
a movie
cool.
scene without pictures.
Well, that's what it's called. It's called graphic audio or something like that, which is like, it's like a movie in your mind, you know? So like
Dude.
that's what's going on with his hair? Jesus. Oh God.
He wants to take part.
It's like awful. Okay, we're just gonna
chalk it down to the heat.
Oh God, yeah, it's just awful. It's my bad hair.
That's okay. This is my bed. Why you tied up?
Oh dear. Oh yeah. So I was going to ask you, that other book that I was saying is like Mistborn that I haven't read, but you've now read both of them. Do you know what I'm talking about? No, that's okay.
We're both people who are bad at character and book names.
So, right? No, is it something to do with ravens? Ravens? I can't remember anymore. Sorry?
Six of Crows?
Six of Crows. Okay, yeah. How do you... Yes. What's the similarities between them?
Okay. Plot twists?
Yeah.
The plot twist element is strong, but the plot twist element is slightly different because in the Mistborn one, this one was like a big plot twist at the end that kind of snowballed. Whereas in Six of Crows, it's like conflict galore everywhere and there's like plot twists throughout the book. Oh. But the element of the plot twist is really like well done. Like they're both kind of, you don't see them coming and you know like the plan's going to go wrong because that's the idea of heists. That's what pulls you in. You're like, you have this impossible mission and they plan out this perfect idea and obviously the idea is going to go wrong. Yeah. But I feel like the idea goes wrong more often in Six of Crows. So there's lots of little things that string you along. But with the Mistborn, you're like, this is such a big scale project and you're going to mess it up.
Yeah.
But they don't mess it up until the end. So that's the whole idea. And Six of Crows is a young adult, so the tone is completely different. I'd say that one's probably more intimate. But that one's also shorter, so I'd say that one's more fast-paced because it's literally half the size of that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and this is a trilogy, and that one's a duology.
Okay.
I'd say that the idea of the heist is actually very different because in that one, I keep pointing over there because the book's over there, but I'll grab it. In that one, they're actually trying to steal something, sort of, like steal a person, steal a prisoner from a very high security jail, whereas this one is more like a rebellion.
Yes.
So the planning aspects are completely different because this one's actually like a break in, enter, come back out sort of thing without people knowing. Yes. Whereas this one's kind of like, we're going to break in and everyone's going to know.
Yeah.
So that was different. Yeah, so these are the duologies.
They're really pretty.
Like, they're so pretty. And then like that's the size of the Sanderson one.
Oh God, Jesus. Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah.
How tropey is the Six of Crows ones?
It's definitely got some tropes in there.
Okay.
But it's young adult. So I think for a young adult it was done really, really well though. Okay. there are some predictable elements, but there are just so many other completely unpredictable things in there that it balances out.
Okay.
Plus, there's so many characters. Like, they actually have different character perspectives instead of just like these ones where it's like third person omnipresent sort of perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones are like third person limited perspective per chapter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait.
Wait.
I got this. Just give me a second. I'm like, it's not first person. So like,
man,
you have each chapter.
Oh, sorry, I'm like really uncomfortable. It's so hot.
Oh. Let me guess, it's a leather couch.
It's one of those like sticky pleather ones. It's actually like the creepiest couch you ever did. My dad is so proud that he found it, and it's like the ugliest couch in the world, in my professional opinion. Here, I'll show you. It's like, it looks like,
what is
I don't know
that?
if you can tell. It's so weird. It looks like a hand, so you can't really see, but like, it's like two hands together. It's
wow.
It's the most hideous thing like you ever saw, but surprisingly comfortable. And I'm like, every time I try and diss it, I'm just like, but like, if I've got a ponytail up, I can lean back and like my ponytail fits between. And
the fingers.
You know, you don't get that headache from when your ponytail's like, you know what I mean? Ponytail problems.
Could say the couch is handy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Like, you can imagine all the puns that come out. Because my dad is just one of those guys. Yeah. Well, not really. He's classic dad jokes dad. So yeah.
He's that dad.
Yeah, he is. He so is.
Right.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh dear. So what kind of fantasy book are you looking to pick up in 2018?
The rest of the Sanderson books.
Really?
Which I have in abundance. Like, I could probably read one of them per month.
Did you buy all of them?
Not yet. I don't have the shelf space for that woman. That's like a whole shelf.
Okay, good. Man, I was just gonna be like, that's insane. Although I was thinking of like which one for you to go for next, and I totally think you should go for Warbreaker.
Warbreaker?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a standalone one.
That's good. Is this the one with the two sisters?
Yeah, it is.
Sisters. I love sisters.
Yeah. They don't like get much time together.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Sad.
But it's really fun.
Okay. I'm gonna write it down.
And the magic is really cool. It's like color. It's so hard to describe.
Color one, is it?
Yeah, it's color.
But okay, here's one thing I don't understand. So all of Sanderson's books are set in the same sort of universe, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Because I watched your video and you said like the Cosmere?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Mistborn is set in like some part of the Cosmere where like Allomancy is the magic system.
Mm-hmm.
So these other books aren't set in the same place?
No. So like some people... okay, I'm probably going to stuff this up because there are people who are way nerdier than me who like know and understand things much better than I do.
That's absolutely fine.
But like, okay, so I don't know if it's like different planets within this universe or if they're like different continents on this one planet. Do you know what I mean? Because they're all like islands and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know 100%.
Right. Because that's what I was thinking about, because it seems like from here, like say I read The Final Empire, and it seems like the only magic system is Allomancy. Yeah. And it's like, that's the magic. But then I've seen you talk about the other ones, and I was like,
in that one, they've got the red sun, don't they?
Who?
The sun. The sun is broken.
Oh, I thought you meant like some type of country. And I was like,
No.
No. They got the red sun, and like ash falls from the sky.
Yeah. Okay. So then the other ones aren't set in a world like that. So in the Warbreaker one, it's more of your like normal high fantasy. I mean, I say that, but then there's never any like elves and dwarves and stuff like that. But like more real world, like medieval-y kind of world.
Oh, so like Sanderson without the dwarves and the elves.
Kind of, yeah. So there's basically the premise is like these two sisters are from the mountain sort of village, and then they go to like the coastal village. Things happen.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really say much because like spoilers. But there's in this particular world, the magic is based on color and breath and like aura. It's really hard to explain.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, so basically, like this couch, right? Because like, look at how red it is. This couch would be like awesome, a source of energy, because I could like, if I had the power, I could like drain all the color from the couch and use that as like energy source. Do you know what I mean?
What?
So yeah, so this couch would be like uber powerful, whereas my dress probably wouldn't be that powerful because it's like kind of meh in terms of colors.
Oh, but you want a head of red hair.
Oh, hang on a second. My brother's calling me. Give me a sec.
Let's do that.
Hey, bro. No. Negative room in the freezer. No, what do you think he'd bring his Zipper Dippers? Oh, sweet. Another cake. Oh my god, I'll bring some cake with you. I want cake. Oh, no, don't bring an ice cream cake. That's a bad idea. Maybe... yeah. The container. That sounds like a good plan. Do that one. Some room. Can I call you back? All right, grab those and walk out, and I'll see you soon. Good luck, bro. Bye. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay.
I had the super duper.
No, well, I mean, they're in Sydney. Oh, actually, yeah. He's in Chatswood. You just, like, hop on over. He's not that far away. Yeah.
Super duper. Ice blocks.
Yeah. Super dupers, man. They're the best. They're so good.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I want a brother.
Well, I mean, they're mostly useless, let me tell you.
But super dupers.
Well, sometimes, like, if they feel like sharing with you, and in this case, he's not going to share with me because, you know.
Right.
That's what brothers are. I mean, like, he used to be a cherub. Look at that face.
Oh, is that him? I was looking at him like, that's a good man.
Yeah, he used to be adorable, and now he's not. I love him dearly, but no.
Brother.
No. Yeah, he's in that kind of like, I don't need anybody kind of phase. So he's very hard to like love right now.
Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. I get that brotherly sense when I look at my fiance and his sister. Like, he's the older one, and he's just like such a rough and tumble sort of I'm a man, a few words type of guy. Yeah. And then we have a group chat, and sister's overseas, and she's like, oh, how's the dog? How's Frosty? And I'm all like, dude, I've got photos, I've got pictures, I've got everything. And then fiance's just like, oh, I'm not home. Oh, well. And sister's like, but I want a photo. And then he's like, and then so I send over these really nice photos of like Frosty frolicking and doing a cute thing. 2 hours later, Chris sends a video of Frosty peeing in the backyard.
Oh my God.
And zooms in as she finds her spot. And I'm like,
brothers. Am I right? Like, you understand.
Right? And I was like, I get it. I get it
Yeah,
now.
they're lovely.
And like, he must have felt so smug.
Yep. Probably. Oh my God. Oh dear. Okay.
Yes.
I probably have to go. Well, because we have been going for quite some time now. And
have we?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I believe we started this at least an hour ago.
Well, that was a nice long chat.
It was pretty good.
It turned into more of a chat than a discussion video for like live. It was
cool
just
that.
I like it.
Yeah, that was cool. And other people can watch. I will work out like this afterwards. Not sure. I'm really not sure how this is going to work.
We shall see.
Yeah,
I think we did fairly well though. So there's not much editing involved.
First time.
We just have to like put a contents list of everything that we talked about because.
Oh my god! Can you help me with the links?
There are links.
Or at least like maybe you type out what you remember us talking about, and I'll type out what I remember us talking about.
We can totally do that.
With our powers combined, we can totally do this.
Dude, okay. Just play us like an audiobook. And just leave it there.
Deal. That sounds good. Like just in the background while you're doing your washing. Folding? What's a chore that you really hate to do?
You mean adults have to do chores?
Yeah. You still live at home, don't you? You lucky dog.
But I did the dishes today. I did.
That is pretty good. Oh man. All right. So I will message you about the 27th, maybe. I'll see how I'm going. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. This was awesome.
Fun. I'm coming over to Melbourne next year, February anyway, like towards the end of February. So we got this. You live near Melbourne CBD?
Sorry?
You live near Melbourne CBD? I know you don't live in there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I live in...
You don't live like 2 hours away, right?
No. So I'm I'm probably like 20 minutes away from the city, CBD.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, actually, there's a really... where Catherine's moving to, because she's moving to North Melbourne, isn't she? Anyway, there's this like most amazing chocolate place that we need to all go to. So like we're just gonna have to make that happen because it is like it's so good.
Okay, you are the local, and I'm just gonna make a list of all the indie food things that I see on Facebook.
Yes,
and you can take us to all of them. I want to go to the Kit Kat factory.
Oh yeah, sure, we can do that. There's a Kit Kat thing in like Melbourne Central, where you can make your own Kit Kat something or other.
I love how it's just normal to you, whereas we're all just like, it's a thing. It's in Australia. Like, I'm just like, where? And like, betcha it's in Melbourne.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so good. It's so good. There's so many tasty places I need to take you to. Oh man.
And like bookstores, secondhand bookstores where you actually find books, like The Professor and The Housekeeper, and what I get is like Mills and Boon's novels here.
Oh my god, right? It's like the worst. You need to like sift through all that rubbish.
Yeah, it's like, it's not that I don't like secondhand bookstores. It's just that I've been trained into the mindset that there's nothing good in there for me.
Yes.
But then I see you hold these good things and I'm like, I'll give them a try. In Melbourne.
Yeah. Mind you though, I have to take, I usually spend like at least an hour in the bookstores. Like I sit there and I go like book by book to go and find, it's ridiculous. It takes a really long time. But yeah, they're really good. And we shall do that. But I am going to be a little bit busy towards the end of February because that's when I'm getting married. So like there will be, like busyness. I don't want to like put it like publicly if that's okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I will message it to you. But it is towards the end of Feb. So I will be a little bit busy around that time. Sorry?
You may be very busy.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, as far as I understand, like, once I've locked in everything, like, I just show up, right? That's right. That's right. That's how it works, isn't it?
I don't know. You tell me, because mine's in August.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so you can figure it out. Yeah, and then you can...
Yeah, I'll let you know. But yeah, no, it should be really good, actually. Yeah. Although we are going to be homeless around that time as well, so it is going to be a little bit busy.
Oh, yeah. Same problem.
Are you really?
Same problem.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm going to move into my fiance's place because our apartment is like an off-the-plan thing that's still building, but it's been delayed. So it's only finishing in mid-2019. And like, I'm like, that's like a whole year after the wedding. And like, I'm okay living there for a while, but it's still not the same because half my stuff won't be there. And like, bookshelf, I'm going to obviously monopolize his one and put things in there. But like, the whole idea of like when to booktube, how to booktube, like,
it's not the same.
My desk and things. Like, it's just the transition period. The sooner we're like together in the one place, the better.
Yeah. Did you buy this apartment?
Fiance bought it, yeah.
Whoa.
He's obviously much richer than I am because he's 3 years older than me.
Yeah, same. I've got a dude who's older as well. It helps. He's got like savings and stuff. It's really
I
good.
know.
Can recommend.
Universal.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, no way. Hang on, we should actually probably go now.
Yes,
but I will continue talking to you on the thingy-majiggies. And thank you to anybody else who was watching and made it this far.
And is still here. And to no one.
What are you still doing here? Like, go see the sunlight. Consider this your Netflix warning of like, are you still watching? You should probably leave. Do you know?
Correct. That is correct. All right, we should go before like we end up just dissolving into a chat.
Yeah, although we should make this a regular thing because I like this. This is fun. Okay.
I like this too. But okay. Have a lovely Christmas.
Thank you.
New Year's.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Yes.
And stay safe.
And I will. Good. If the walls will let me stop walking into them.
Okay.
All right. How do we end this? Do we just hang up?
I'm going to press the magic button.
Okay, press